Module 2, Law in Management Practice. 2.1 Contract Law and Business Transactions. Contracts are at the heart of business operations. From employment agreements to supplier contracts and partnerships, managers engage in contractual relationships daily. A valid contract generally requires an offer and an acceptance. Consideration, meaning something of value exchanged. Legal capacity of the parties. Lawful purpose. Managers must ensure contracts are clear, fair, and legally enforceable. Poorly drafted agreements often lead to disputes, delays, or financial losses. In modern business, digital contracts and electronic signatures also carry legal weight, so managers must adapt to evolving practices. 2.2 Employment and Labor Law. Managing people is central to management, and employment law provides the framework. It covers recruitment and selection practices to prevent discrimination. Employment contracts defining rights and responsibilities. Wages, working hours, and benefits regulated by labor laws. Health and safety requirements ensuring safe workplaces. Termination procedures that must follow due process. Respecting employment law builds trust with employees and prevents costly lawsuits or strikes. Moreover, managers must balance compliance with fostering a supportive and productive workplace culture. 2.3 Corporate Governance and Management Duties. Corporate governance refers to the systems and processes by which organizations are directed and controlled. It includes the responsibilities of boards, managers, and shareholders. Managers must be aware of fiduciary duties, the obligation to act in good faith and in the best interest of the organization. Transparency and accountability, ensuring accurate financial reporting. Stakeholder interest, balancing the needs of investors, employees, customers, and communities. Corporate scandals often arise when governance breaks down, highlighting the importance of strong ethical and legal frameworks in management. 2.4 Regulatory Compliance and Risk Management. Every industry is subject to regulation, from finance and healthcare to telecommunications and manufacturing. Compliance involves adhering to these rules to avoid legal sanctions. Risk management goes hand in hand with compliance. Managers must identify legal risks, such as data breaches or environmental violations. Develop internal controls and compliance programs. Train staff on legal and ethical standards. Regularly review operations against regulatory updates. A proactive compliance strategy not only reduces risks but can also enhance reputation and trust. 2.5 Intellectual Property and Innovation. In today's knowledge economy, intellectual property, or IP, is a vital asset. Managers must understand how to protect and leverage intellectual property through patents for inventions, trademarks for brands, copyrights for creative works, trade secrets for confidential business information. Protecting IP prevents competitors from unfairly exploiting innovation. At the same time, managers must avoid infringing on others' IP rights. 2.6 Dispute resolution in management. Conflicts are inevitable in business. Disputes may arise with employees, customers, suppliers, or regulators. Managers must know the available resolution mechanisms. Negotiation, direct discussion to reach a mutually acceptable solution. Mediation, involvement of a neutral third party to facilitate resolution. Arbitration, a binding decision made by an independent arbitrator. Litigation, pursuing or defending claims in court. Alternative dispute resolution methods like mediation and arbitration are often faster and less costly than litigation, making them attractive for managers. 2.7 International Dimensions of Law and Management. Globalization means managers increasingly deal with cross-border operations. International law, trade agreements, and global standards influence how companies operate. Issues such as international contracts, intellectual property enforcement, labor standards, and dispute settlement take on additional complexity in multinational contexts. Managers must therefore develop cultural and legal awareness beyond domestic borders. 2.8 Integrating law into strategic management. Ultimately, law should not be treated as an afterthought but integrated into strategic planning. Managers who understand legal frameworks can anticipate challenges before they become crises, build strategies that comply with and even leverage regulations, use law to secure competitive advantage, for example through intellectual property rights or strong governance. This integration fosters sustainable growth and organizational resilience. Module 2 Summary. In this module, we applied legal concepts to management practice. We explored contract law, employment law, governance, regulatory compliance, intellectual property, dispute resolution, and international issues. The key message is that managers who understand and use law strategically are better positioned to lead their organizations responsibly, ethically, and successfully. Course conclusion. We have now completed the course Law and Management. In Module 1, we built a foundation, studying the role of law, its sources, the legal environment of business, and its ethical dimensions. In Module 2, we applied these foundations to practice, covering contracts, employment, governance, compliance, intellectual property, dispute resolution, and international law. Together, these modules demonstrate that law is not merely a constraint but a vital tool in management. By understanding legal frameworks, managers can protect their organizations, build trust with stakeholders, and lead with integrity.